Everyone, welcome to Trust the Profits. We're going through the Tour de Force. What are we in now? We're in like week 4 for Tour de Force? Can that be right?
I'm not going by weeks. I think that is accurate, but I'm going by rounds 8 and 9 we just completed,
Rounds
which were
8 and 9.
Southwest Stakes. Finally got the rescheduling done at Oaklawn, and we had the Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream. We're 8 and 9.
Indeed. So let's go through them real quickly. This is, I am joined by El Hombre. El Hombre, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, man. We're just talking about the round 8 and 9. We have 3 big rounds coming up this weekend. We're going to cover the top 10 in the Tour de Force season 1, and we're going to talk about who did what and how they got in the top 10.
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead. Let's cover. Let's talk about Southwest Stakes first.
We had
see there?
2 major races there. So Southwest Stakes, Jackie's Warrior took off with an early lead, but Essential Quality, the one horse, took the outside path to overtake it and the entire field in a decisive victory. Hard to think that horse isn't going to be the favorite going into the Kentucky Derby at this point. I mean, it had this crazy charge around the turn in the slop to pass pretty much the entire party in front of them, mud in the face and everything. This course was just like Thanksgiving gravy, and Spielberg came in second.
Soup Kitchen out there.
Soup Kitchen. Jackie's Warrior, I think, came in third, if I'm correct. Soup Kitchen, Thanksgiving gravy.
Yeah.
I don't know what other analogies you want to put in there. Chocolate pudding. It was all of that, and Essential Quality just proved out it is number 1 or maybe 1.
Essential Quality is who we thought he was. If you're a big Dennis Green from whenever that was,
but they are who we thought they were.
He did what he was supposed to do.
He did.
But I would be a liar if I would tell you that I didn't have a little bit of doubt because of the slop out there and how he kind of. I was starting to question whether he was losing sight. He got a little bit far back there, but then in the end, he made it look easy.
Yeah, at one point you didn't even see him. Yeah.
It was a no-doubter in the end. He did exactly what he was supposed to, proved himself as my number 1 and most people's number 1 or 2. Awesome finish. Spielberg, I think, was a bit of a surprise in second, beating out Jackie's Warrior.
Yeah.
And Woodhouse finished 4th, about where everybody thought he would.
Yeah. Yeah, Spielberg, up and down horse. You just never know what to expect. Could be the first place finisher, could be 6th or 7th. You never know. Fountain of Youth, we had Drain the Clock. It took along the rail and held on to the lead for some time. So Subtle and Fire at Will were challengers, but they didn't come close to sustaining the pace that Drain the Clock was setting up there. Greatest Honor held back, was way in the back, much like what we saw with Essential Quality, almost forgotten. Great call by our boy Peter Aiello. Greatest Honor just took off down the stretch, passed pretty much everybody, blew past everyone, had a 3rd, 4th, 5th gear. Papatu tried to make it interesting, but Drain the Clock, to his credit, held on to second in that race. But really, this was all about how much speed Greatest Honor had at the end. And again, right, we just talked about Essential Quality, but Greatest Honor is up there as well in a lot of our rankings as top 1, 2, or 3 horse leading up to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, a lot of parallels in those 2 races.
A lot of parallels.
Like we've discussed, the 2 horses that were the dominant horses were supposed to be the dominant horses. They were supposed to lay back. They did went exactly as planned. The thing that stuck out to me at the Fountain of Youth was Drain the Clock was a lot stronger than I thought. Almost, I think Greatest Honor did what he was supposed to do. Drain the Clock impressed me with hanging on as long as he did, and they put the rest of the field to shame, including, like you said, Papatu was not bad in 3rd, but Tarantino and some of the others just
Fire at Will, definitely a turf horse, not a dirt horse.
Overmatched by Greatest Honor and Drain the Clock both. I think both of those horses have a legit. They're legit contenders for the Derby.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
But nobody right now cares about that. What everyone cares about is how is the Tour de Force doing and who is in the top 10. And for those of you who don't know, Tour de Force is this contest that we are running where each week all the competitors get a fictitious $100 bill amount, a $100 amount to spend on each of the main Derby prep races. So we had 2 of those races that we just spoke of. You can spend it in pretty much any way you want, just on that one race. And the outcome of that is your winnings are ranked against everyone else's. We're going to be going through that.
All right. Absolutely. So what we've been doing each week for an update is covering the top 10. So to preface that, just outside of the top 10, we have announcer Pete, Red Knave, the Formula, El Hombre 2, and K Falk 19, just outside the top 10.
Let me just state,
kids.
you put the formula out there. Somehow the formula that we put out there for our picks is 7 of 8, and yet somehow the formula, the guy who's picking these races, is outside of the top 10. This is all my fault.
It's called not leaving well enough alone.
Yes, that is exactly what it's called. Anyway,
so
proceed.
Let's jump in.
Number 10.
Number 10 with $920 even. First appearance into the top 10.
Welcome.
KK 05.
Well done.
And here's the thing. Not any big scores. Scored $195 at the Southwest. Going to give you a 60 piece at the Fountain of Youth, but he scores consistently every week and has moved in. So
well done, KK 05.
That's what it takes to get in at this point. Now that we are, like you said, 4 weeks in, about 9 events.
Yeah.
Number 9, another newcomer to the top 10, first time appearance is Authentic 146. And this did come at the expense of the rest of the field because he had by far the biggest day. He went with a 449 piece at the Southwest Stakes. A huge trifecta.
Yeah.
At the Southwest.
Quadrupled his money. And
huge
then
exacta.
50% more on top of that. Yeah. Huge exacta. Is that what he had?
Yeah. $20 exacta, $5 try. And that was enough to make him. And he came from 21st. Going into this week, he was 21st. Bumped all the way to 9th.
Yeah.
Backed it up with a pretty good, actually, Fountain of Youth. Scored 161.8. So from 21st to 9th, Authentic 146. 8th position this week. Crime Pays 503, and he's been in the top 10 for weeks now. Had a bit of a bankroll maintenance day. Didn't score much. But
repositioned negatively.
But he scored $94 in the Southwest Stakes, which is again a little maintenance, salvaging a complete loss like others had. A lot of people had complete losses. Again, it's hard to be consistent week to week. And exactly the point I was making about being inconsistent is our number 7 position. And Peggy has that's her first bad week, to be honest with you.
That's true. Yeah.
A rare off day for P Ponch.
Yeah.
Complete airball. Actually got $1 on the Southwest Stakes.
It was an unspent dollar, right?
An unspent dollar.
Yeah.
I think her bets totaled up $99. Had that dollar left.
Yeah.
And that's what she was left with after 2 races there. So
I've seen her bets, and she does swing for some fences. And I know she's got her own methods. I think she had Prime Factor, who probably won't be on her list next time around. But
I don't think it'll be on anybody's list next time around.
I don't think it'll be on anyone's list exactly. But Peggy Ponch definitely swings for the fences. She's knocked in a number of RBIs in certain races, but she's also fouled out a few times.
She's got one huge day, which was Sam Davis, and kind of living on that dream still. But let's see, number
still in the
6,
top 10.
Yeah, that's what matters. Still very much in contention. Number 6 with 1105, Dan Agustino, who again, to recap, a couple weeks ago had $4 total, hammered the San Vicente Risen Star El Camino.
Yeah,
and then busted out with a rainbow at the Southwest Stakes, a 0 piece, and then got 96 on the Fountain of Youth. So not a great week for Dan, but again, maintained a top 10 position, solid.
Yeah, it's a number of ways to do it.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Who do we have at 5?
At 5, we have Significant Nicky Sam at an even $1,120. An airball in both cases, but Significant Nicky Sam had a pretty monster week a couple weeks back to jump up into this position, if I remember correct.
Yeah, definitely had scored big the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
double rainbow here. Good news is she had enough banked up for a top 5. She's still sitting 5th.
Yeah, and you can do that from time to time. You just can't do it all the time. As long as you had those huge dingers.
That's it. Number 4, Dustin Dillon. That's another name. He's been in the top. He's been in the top 10 for a while now. Top 5, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Had a monster Southwest day.
Yeah, scored 249.50. I think probably second or third best overall on that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people scored really well this week. There's a lot of
outside of Authentic, right?
Yeah, Authentic 146 went all in on Southwest, and nope. Other than him, Dustin, I think, had the second best day overall. And for the Fountain of Youth, nobody really scored big because it was too chalky.
I see one person who scored big, and that's our next person. Should I
What's
introduce that person?
Number 3, yep, go ahead.
Number 3, and it pains me to say this, El Hombre Numero Uno.
No surprises. Come on, guys.
With a 200 piece, a $2 bill at the Fountain of Youth, and then a 190 piece at the Southwest Stakes. Just a model of consistency and doubling his dollars. El Hombre has 1,192 right now, for good enough for third place, and just 100 or so below the second place competitor.
Yeah, and that was, for me, it was really easy this week. I took the 2, in hindsight, the 2 easy winners, and just bet $100 to win on them. There was no real strategy or it was do what's right. I thought both of those horses were going to win easily. They did, and it was an easy week for me. But
so
I didn't make enough to jump out to the lead here. That's for sure.
And I'm kicking myself here because there's that difference between the formula and then the formula, and obviously you followed the pattern properly, and I decided to cut outside the lines. All right, that leaves us for the top 2 spots.
Yeah, second right now with 1288.90. Securely in second, Vinny Blonde.
Vinny Blonde. Hold on.
And again,
Mr. Blonde.
Did the work with a trifecta in the Southwest Stakes and a combination of winning exacta bets at the Fountain of Youth. Just scores every week.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. He's got my my number 1 entry by about $100, and just consistent. It's hard to catch somebody when they're scoring the same or more as you. So,
but really, the next one is the most impressive. Am I
we
right?
We do need Vinny RDP 1 to have an air ball this coming week, just for the record, if that's possible for the kids.
I think we need the next competitor to have an air ball for 2 weeks for us to catch up. Number one,
Vinny Blonde RDP number 2. The guy's got the top 2 spots. First time that's happened all year, which congrats. He just, again, solid performance both races. $189 at the Southwest.
Almost identical, yeah.
Consistent winning plays, stretching out to a nice lead on that. His second entry is actually the leader with 1607.90, which is a nice 300 plus lead over second, and obviously everybody else goes down from there. So Vinny kind of in control of the board right now. So
really is, yeah.
I don't know what. I don't think it's panic time for anybody to start making wild bets, because we haven't even reached the halfway point, which does bring it up. This weekend, there's 3 events, and that will get us to the halfway point.
Yeah.
So after these next 3, then you can take a look and say, okay, where do I stand, and how big a chances do I need to take?
Yeah, I mean, anyone can jump up, take a look at Authentic 146, 449 in one race, 161 in the other race, right? I mean, that's good enough to jump a number of spots. So you can chew through that if you make the right moves. Yep.
This coming week, again, we have on March 6th, Saturday, we have the Gotham at Aqueduct, San Felipe at Santa Anita Park, and Tampa Bay Derby.
Tampa Bay Derby.
At Tampa Bay Downs. So 3 more chances, and I think hopefully we can keep Vinny from this separation that he's starting to create.
Yep.
And we'll make some moves.
Let's hate on the leader. Just kidding, Vinny.
That's the recap. Got anything else to add before we move along?
That's good enough. Let's go get him this week.
That's it. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back next week for another update. Peace out.